Hi all, Sandy here. So some of you may have seen the post I put up last week, which was my biggest regret as a Highland dancer. And I kind of wanted to follow up with that because being my biggest regret was that I didn't really look at the strengths I had. I also had a biggest fear, especially as a competitive Highland dancer. And that fear was not reaching or meeting the expectations that I thought other people had of me as a competitive dancer. And let me kind of rewind a bit. I want to share something that I always heard growing up. I wanted to say that the most often thing I heard, I think from instructors and guest instructors and my dance teachers was, Sandy, I would love to see you dance on stage like you dance in dance class. It's like in dance class, I was uninhibited. I felt like Superwoman. I was ready to give it my all and try because there was nothing to lose, right? And I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved going to dance class. But as soon as I got to the stage, I felt more anxious, more inhibited, certainly worried about the outcome, and I kind of got lost with my focus. Instead of focusing on things that I knew I could control, like my points or my half points, or I want to get this position right and this position right, and I want to dance my best in these things, I got lost in the expectation to perform a certain way and have a certain result. And those results are things out of my control. I can't control how the judging is going to go. I can't control who else is in my class there at the competition. I can't control the weather, can't control how fast the piper's piping. All those things were out of my control, and yet I seem to put that in my mindset as the biggest thing that I need to focus on in each competition, were the external factors that I couldn't control, and I let that get to me. So when I would go to compete, I was too worked up and worried about those external factors, and I forgot to remember why I danced and what I was good at and why I was good at it from those strengths I mentioned earlier. And I wanted to make sure that I shared that experience with everybody, because if I could go back and do it again, I would go back, and each competition I went to, I would know exactly what I wanted to get out of that competition. Not results-wise, but me-wise. If one of my goals might have been for the sword dance to get every single half point up in that third position with my heels turned out and pressed forward, awesome, super strong, because I didn't have the strongest half points. Or maybe in my Highland fling, I would want to work on more my deportment and how I presented myself and really showed off that I really enjoyed this, because I did, and I still do. Instead of letting everything kind of get taken over by what's the outcome going to be, because say I actually danced well and I placed well in the competition, then that expectation in my mind was, oh my goodness, I have to perform that well and place that well every single time from here on out. When that's not really true. If I had had a definite focus on things that I could control, then I know I would have actually been well accomplished and actually achieved in my mind what I wanted, even if I didn't reflect that in the results. Okay, so if I didn't place really well in competition, but I knew I reached my goal of my expectations, then I did well because I got my half points up, or I got my deportment really set and firm and really well established, and that was an improvement for me. And so I was actually going to be making better steps instead of feeling kind of, disappointed, worried, and anxious, in which case that also affects your performance. So bottom line, if you can, try to focus on things that you yourself enjoy and that you yourself want to improve upon, and get those goals in and set those as your expectations that you feel comfortable reaching for, nobody else's, okay? Yes, competition is important, and yes, those results are important at certain points, but they don't want them to take over the enjoyment of dance, right? So enjoy your dancing, do your best, and everything will work out in the end. All right, I hope to hear from you guys. Thank you very much, and have a great day.